Hello Cancer, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you are connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past. Could also be a current relationship. For others of you, this could be a situationship. And for a small portion of you, this could be somebody that you've met and you know there's a whole lot of energy, but no one's really speaking up. Yikes. A lot of feelings that are nasty here. Wow. Honestly, Cancer, you didn't need this before the new year. For God's sakes. Not good, not happy. You have like four cards. Let's have a look. What else? Okay, so not just 4, 5. My method of reading is just slightly different for those of you who are new. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. And I have certain reasons for that. Wow. Cancer, just understand one thing. Crosswatcher. Just reflect on, these words, right? Nothing stays the same forever. Happiness nor sadness. Okay? But things change. Life is a flux, right? It's always changing. It's fluidic. Because here there's a lot of pain. And I mean, why would this happen to anybody? I'll tell you why, okay? There's a lot of reasons here. This is a general love reading. A lot of you are hurting right now. And Crosswatcher, I see you are really hurting. But that pain is also being mirrored, okay? And you, Cancer, you may also be feeling this. We literally have, and this is very rare for me to have these many. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards that are quite on the dark and dreary side. So I'm going to go through these. We have here abundance followed by crossroads, fear, surrender, grief, betrayal, wild woman, beliefs, embracing the shadow. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme we have here, play. All right. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Cancer, I have taken advantage of you, and I have always depended on you. Right now, the way I view you and myself, I feel and I think we could make and be a great power couple. There's certain things I want to learn from you, certain things I want to gain. The wisdom, knowing my full potential, and I admire yours. But I also know that I've taken you for granted. And I have also overindulged and take advantage of you. I've taken advantage of you. And now I'm at a crossroads. Because now I don't know which way to turn. I have made some decisions in the past. And I'm not proud of them. There's a choice that I have to make. A path I must follow. A decision that needs to be made. And yet, I'm quite afraid of making that choice, making that decision. A part of me is very paranoid. I have anxiety even, sometimes even panic attacks now. The decision on moving forward, this makes me nervous. There's fear. There's a feeling of worthlessness. I feel worthless. I don't feel worthy anymore. You deserve better. I also know, and I also feel that in this connection, there is this strength that I find. But in recent times, I've lost that. I'm no longer confident. I don't have self-esteem like I used to. I feel very insecure. There are certain things that I've gone through, and I don't feel good about it. I do feel that in this connection, I have surrendered to you. I feel that my mind, my heart, my body, it belongs to you. If you lead, I would follow, but there's been so much distance. How are you even to know how I feel? I also know that in this connection, there's a sense of belonging now, where I belong to you and you belong to me. And yet, I grieve. I now am starting to understand what I've done wrong. The way I've taken advantage of you, materialistically, the things that you have done for me. I took them all for granted. And now I grieve. I feel as if I've lost you forever. I feel sadness, remorse. I feel regret. I feel guilt and melancholy. I feel as if I've lost my best friend forever. I used to live in a world of darkness, and you were that one shining light. And now I'm afraid, and I feel that this light is fading over time. It is fading. I also know that there is a sense of betrayal in this connection. And I am the one who has betrayed you. There's now a lack of faith and a lack of trust in this connection. I betrayed you, and that is why I feel this regret, this guilt. I betrayed you, and that is why I'm unable to move forward and make a decision. I betrayed you, and this is why now I feel that I was a liar, untruthful. I would tell you a few things, but not tell you the entire story. What you don't know won't hurt you, or will it? Yes, I've had this trickster behavior. Secrecy, I've tried to hide things from you, not telling you the entire story. And I know that's hurt you. And I know I've betrayed you. And I know that because of this behavior, this is termed as betrayal. And the reason why I'm unable to reach out to you is because I fear the things that I have done. The deception, deceit, the treachery. My beliefs, I now see. My mindset, my thoughts, my ideas, my plans. They were all on a different level, in a different category. Not the same as you. Whatever I thought, I realize now that you and I were never really on the same page. We are still not on the same page. And there are a lot of differences. My mindset and yours is so different. I was born and brought up in a very different way. And so were you. Your thoughts, your ideas, your plans, they're not the same as mine. And now, because of the things that I have said and done, there's a sense of awkwardness in this connection. There's distance. Yes, I do feel awkward. And I know that you feel awkward as well. There's a feeling of now just being uncomfortable overall. There's a lack of comfort, so there's no conversation. I know you don't feel comfortable, and I know I don't really feel comfortable either after what I've done. You saw a side of me that was very dark. That impulsive side, compulsive and aggressive side. I know you know this, and I know you've experienced this. But I also know that that dark side is so dark and deep that it's hard to escape and even communicate. Overall, I have always considered you my best friend, someone who I can rely on, someone who's my confidant, someone who makes me laugh, someone who I want to spend my days with. But I let it all go. It all went to hell because of the things that I have done. And I grieve now. The things that I've done may just be unforgivable. I betrayed you, I lied to you, and I posed as someone else. You thought you knew me, but you never really knew me at all. And now there's just a whole lot of awkwardness. This is why I fear making a move forward and taking that next step. Cancer. The word I'm getting in my mind right now, I'm seeing devastated. Someone here feels devastated. Like I said earlier, nothing lasts forever. Nor heartache, nor pain, not even happiness. But these sometimes are processes that humans have to go through. And the soul's goal is to experience, not as a human, but the soul's goal. Soul's different. The good, bad, and the ugly on planet Earth, whatever experiences it has experienced now, this hurt, this heartache, this pain, and it is wiser. The soul's resume is now wiser. It may sound weird the way I explain it, but it may hurt you now as a human, but this is what your soul, at some point in time, had made a contract that this is what's going to happen. Either this person gave you a lesson or you gave them a lesson. But it's a lesson that needs to be learned, and it's something that has caused a lot of pain. And it doesn't justify anything. Nobody really deserves pain, right? But that's what we think as humans. But the soul, like I said, has a goal to be bigger and better than what it was before. To be like an angel, to be like a celestial being, to be close to who we call the Creator God. And so sometimes we have to go through these, I'm getting the words trials and tribulations. Sometimes we have to go through this. Not the human side of us, which really hurts like hell, but the soul, because that is the student. All right, guys. Let's have a look. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get some lighter, brighter, happier cards. I have here the Lover's Path Tarot. So for those of you who are new, the first set of cards I just read, that is to see what it is that your current status is. What is your person of interest currently? So you got two cards here. What are they feeling and what are they thinking? That's the current status. Here, with this deck, I go a little bit into the past, okay? To have a look at what happened in the first place. You deserve closure. You probably didn't get that. This is somebody who may have ghosted you, they may have faded, they may have abandoned you. I'm getting the word granted. They may have taken you for granted. So what happened in this person's heart and in their mind? This is a little bit in the past. Here, I also read these cards in the reverse. So let's have a look. 6 of Cups. With the 6 of Cups, this talks about how this person was feeling restricted by past memories. There was a sense of lost harmony and cynicism. Here, there was an inability to create sweetness within the home environment or wherever they were. They wanted to incorporate these strengths into their past and moving it forward into the present. Now, basically, your person of interest was hurting from something that happened to them in the past. This could be anything ranging from trauma that they've had from childhood with parents, with people who are older, to even trauma or sadness that they've experienced in recent times with a relationship that may have just, maybe they had a breakup. So there is something going on here where it's not as simple as it looks like. There's something going on here behind the scenes that this person was not telling you, and it's very deep rooted. It makes this person who they are. We also have here the Prince of Coins. Now notice it is a prince, not a king. This is part of this person's personality as well. With the Prince of Coins, you're dealing with somebody who wasn't really looking anymore at opportunities. They didn't want to work hard on the connection. They didn't believe in any sort of development. Wisdom was not gained in order to create growth. This card talks about inertia and laziness, not taking any action and not taking any responsibilities. So you're dealing with somebody that was very youthful. This person could have been older in terms of their years, but they're either immature or they are inexperienced, and their way of approach to life, there was a lot of inertia and laziness, and they did not take action or responsibility. Why? Because certain things that have happened in their past make them view this connection differently, and maybe even other connections. They have a lack of wisdom, and therefore they do what they think is right, but they're just lazy. They procrastinate. They're not taking responsibility. They're not taking action. They're not working hard on this connection because of the way they view all connections, because of something that happened in the past. 7 of Arrows. Okay. 7 of Arrows talks about how your person of interest at some point in time was feeling vulnerable, but then they stopped. They didn't want any sort of self-protection. Here it talks about paranoia, feeling defensive, feeling guilty, denying the need for protection. Paranoia. They were paranoid because all of the things that they did to you, they felt defensive. They wanted to defend themselves for what they did to you. Guilt. You already had that, didn't you? Now, the paranoia also comes from the fear card, because you did have the fear card earlier. Now, I can also say the guilt comes from the grief card that you had earlier. So this person was already in the process of thinking and understanding that what they've done is wrong. This is back a while ago, and this is still going on, Cancer. This is still going on. It's the same feelings. They had it back then and they still have it now. Over here, you have this, which is very much related to the first reading we just did. But these two are a little bit more of an explanation why this person did it in the first place. They're young in terms of their mindset, and they are foolish. They are immature. They have a lack of wisdom. They need to gain that wisdom in order to move forward. All right, let's have a look here. I have the Beginner's Tarot. So these are any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have towards you. Very nice. I am very happy to see the Hermit card, because we're talking about a lack of wisdom. Right after the Hermit comes wisdom. That is good. That is actually very positive. Here we have the Queen of Wands. So with the Queen of Wands, we're dealing with somebody who admires you a lot, passionately. They feel that you are utterly irresistible. You're very sexy, very gorgeous. It also talks about how this person feels that there's something special about you where you are very intuitive. You know them. You can see through them. And they feel that they can talk to you about anything. Sometimes they don't even have to talk to you and you already understand what they're going through. This is why they really, really resonate with you. They do. However, they put a pause on that because it's very much related to the mind and to the physical. They put a pause on it and now they're turning into this hermit. In the coming days, I do see this person not talking to you, not talking to a lot of people. Because of the things that they've done, remember, there's a lot of guilt, there's paranoia, right? There's fear. This person internally is hurting. They're hurting because they know what they've done is inhumane. They think it's at that level. They just think it's so wrong what they did. And it's haunting them. That's why they're unable to move forward. It's haunting them, what they did to you. With the Hermit card, it talks about how they are now forcing themselves into isolation, having a sense of introspection, really wanting to see how things go in the coming future by having that sense of contemplation, studying oneself. Why do I do the things that I do? How can I be a better person? So in the meantime, while they are quiet and while they're silent, this is what they're doing. They're trying to gain that knowledge, gain that understanding, and be a bit wiser moving forward. They've also realized with the Five of Pentacles, there is a lack of emotional stability. There is emotional sterility. There's also poverty. This person doesn't feel as if they have a lot of money. I also see that with the grief that was right underneath the abundance card, which talks about money. So there could be a money-related issue here where somebody here feels that they're inadequate, like they have a lot of inadequacies. Sorry, guys. So because of this, they also feel that they're not good enough for you. So they feel rejected. In a way, they are feeling themselves victimized, but they're making this, like they're having this thought process and it's just like, it's enveloping them. It's like, I'm seeing a whirlwind, but I'm seeing two of them. One is going like this and the other is going like this and this person's stuck in the middle. So it's like swish, 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 right? But it's coming and going in this person's mind, the inadequacies. They don't feel worthy enough. They don't feel good enough. They don't feel that they have enough money to be in this connection with you because they want to also be independent and take care of you. You might not need to be taken care of, but they want to be there for you. If by chance something ever happens, they just want you to be able to depend on them too. They want to be that responsible individual. But they have an issue with that because they know that they're not. Emotional and spiritual richness, they feel that they do not have that for you either. Overall, this card to me right now talks about how they feel very worthless. And that's also with the fear card that you had, the feeling of being very worthless. Not being able to give you a lot because they feel depleted. Now, why do they feel depleted? Firstly, because of the things that they did to you. They feel crappy about that. But also, because of that Six of Cups card, something here has happened in their past that's preventing them from being that individual that you may need them to be. We also have here, for a small portion of you, this could be a third-party situation with that beliefs card that you had. The Eight of Swords talks about how your person of interest now feels victimized. They feel oppressed. And they feel the sense of restrictions. They are blindfolded, so they can't see, they can't move. Their hands, feet, legs, arms are tied, and they are unable to move beyond the confined space. The space is covered and surrounded by these swords. So they feel caged. Not only that, but somebody far in the distance is watching them like a hawk. So it does appear that your person of interest is under the authority, I would say authority, of somebody else. So they can't do something without getting in trouble. And it's difficult for them to move forward. Now, for some of you, this might be a third party. Third party could mean an actual an actual person who somebody may be having an affair with, or it could also mean that simply somebody here is busy doing something else, busy taking care of a sick loved one, busy on a project, busy on building up their career. But whatever it is, they have restrictions. And these restrictions, the problem with these restrictions, it's that it's not them doing it, it's externally coming to them. So somebody else is preventing them, or something else is preventing them from reaching out to you and being with you the way that you actually would like them to. We also have here the King of Cups. The King of Cups is beautiful. This is the overall arching theme. You do have an individual here who has realized that you are the one. You're the one. You're the one that makes this person feel that need, that desire, that fire that just burns bright inside, wanting to move forward in this connection, knowing that certain things can happen, things can change. But what I really like about this card is how they've realized you have melted them and that you have the ability of making them feel very emotional. In fact, this is a good thing. Do I see them taking any action towards you? Cancer, not right now. They need a lot of self-reflection, and they need to gain that wisdom because they have lost faith in themselves. They've also lost faith in what love is and relationships are. They need to first find themselves. From there, then they can move forward. All right, just going to do a quick prayer. All right. First card's the strongest we have here. Ask your angels. So these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Well, that's not very helpful, guys. No, and then yes. No, yes. Okay. Wow. Oh my. Pretty big message here. All right. We have here, ask your angels. All right, where we have the card here, ask your angels. So first things first, we have a question here. The only reason you'd be asking anything is because there's a question. So here, if you do have any sort of inquiry, any sort of even request, we do not pray to angels, but we do give them the highest level of respect. And we do pray to who we call God, but not the angels. They themselves feel a bit awkward when that happens. It puts them in a very difficult position. Here we have ask your angels. The way I do this, and some of you may wish to follow this, not all of you. I pray to the Christ consciousness who is Jesus. From there I get in my mind's eye to the holy white light of God who is considered his Father. And it's in it, the God. And it prefers being in the alpha state, so in the he state, in the leadership, the confidence. So that's the alpha state, that who we call God. It prefers being in that, but it also has the feminine as well. It just prefers being in the alpha. So when I say God, yes, it's a male. It prefers being in the male state. So we have here this mindset where when you pray or when you meditate, right, through the Christ consciousness, who is Jesus, you get to another line, and there you find the holy white light of God. No particular face, but just a pure white light. These angels work for these two. Basically, they are the employees, and these guys are the managers, right? Jesus and God are the managers. And so you can request them. to help you and to send down and give permission to the angels to come to help you. Within a split second, you are in the energy of the angels. Some of you may feel it, some of you do not. When you do that, just let them know what you need. Let them know what you're going through. They already know, but they want you to kind of say it. Now, not only that, but it is important for you to give permission to the angels. And whenever you do call upon angels, always say the angels from heaven. Yes, that has to be very clear. Here we also have no. No with an exclamation mark, and then yes with an exclamation mark. Get more information. What I'm seeing here is the reason why you're going to be asking your angels, because things are bad right now, okay? I understand that. And sometimes people may not be able to give you the best advice either. They don't look at things in the way where they don't see things sometimes from a bird's eye point of view, but in a spiritual sense, if that makes sense. Now, get more information is here. This card usually shows up when I see that people do not have the information that is needed or required. Get more information means that you have a lack of information right now when it comes to this person, when it comes to this connection, when it comes to the situation. And in order to move forward, you need to be that person who gets that information. But where do you get it from? That's where you get it. From the angels. Now, the angels sometimes will directly tell you, and sometimes the angels will send things in a way where you understand that, okay, that message is meant for me. It comes from a person. It comes from a billboard sign. It comes from the radio. You hear certain things and you hear certain words, and instinctively, that is when that connection is made. You know that that message is made specifically for you and it's meant for you. So please do pay attention to that, but don't go out looking for signs. Let it come to you, and it will be very organic, very natural. Here we have no and yes. So no, you do not have all of the information. But yes, you do have some of the information. They're saying for you, whatever sort of issues you're dealing with right now, when it comes to this person, they're saying for you to let go. I know that's difficult and I know that's hard, but letting go here does not mean that you stop loving them. It's not an on-off switch. But taking a step back, knowing that in this connection, if you let go and if you let this person come to you, then that's the time they will be ready. Because if you force the situation or if you don't let go, this person is only going to take you for granted. Here, you will be able to let them miss you. And once they miss you, they'll be able to think of things differently. They'll value you more, and then they will fear losing you. Here we also have reconsider. What I'm seeing here is that because you're going to let go and you're going to receive some answers and information through the angels, you're going to be able to reconsider what it is that you are going to say and do regarding this connection. This is not an omen, guys. The battery has been on for almost 2 years. Amazing. First time ever. All right. We have here a reconsider any action, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have. It's important to think about it twice. It's important to think about it from a different perspective. Because before, you had that lack of information, right? There was no information. Even if you did, you had part of it, but you didn't have all of it. So going forward, I do see here that something is going to change your perspective. Something's going to change the way that you think about this entire situation. Now, you do have a really nice card here, compromise. And compromise usually does come when I have the beliefs card, I noticed. The beliefs means that you have to adjust a little bit, they have to adjust a little bit, you accommodate them, they accommodate you, and then you both meet in the middle. And that's the only way things will work out, because there will be an equal give and take. Now, 50-50 is always safe. 60-40 is acceptable. But 70-30, probably not. Compromise can only be so much, right? Because then you're just changing a person's personality, whether this is you or whether this is them. So if it gets down to that level, it's best just to leave this person alone and not be with this individual, just to let go seriously. and reconsider what it is that you're going to say. But compromise can help. If you're wanting to move forward in this connection, the way to do it is to compromise. For both of you to understand what both of you have gone through and the potential that the both of you have in terms of you being together, building things as a team, what can you possibly achieve? You can achieve a lot. The overall arching theme here may kind of upset a few of you a year from now. This may have just popped up last year again. The issue with this, and it's very important that you do pay attention to this part. This deck only goes up to like 1 year from now. It does not go up to 3 years or 5 years from now. That card is not in here. Unfortunately, guys, if this card came up last year and it's here again, that just means right now is not the right time for things to work out. But there is a timeline which talks about in the future something's going to happen. And this is a year from now. It could be from now until the next few months, now until an entire year, right? And that's your reading, Cancer. So what I wanted to do is give you guys a bonus reading. And let's have a look here. Here I have Archangel Answer Cards by Doreen Virtue. And nope, what am I saying? Archangel Therapy Cards by Doreen Virtue. I was prompted to do this in one of the last readings, and now it's the way it is. Healing is so needed. Wow, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is a very strong message. We have here, these are messages from the angels in heaven. We have here the healing angel is with you. This is Archangel Raphael supporting your healing work. Now, whether you, Cancer, are healing yourself, healing others, understand that you are not alone. We also have here throat chakra, the overall arching theme. The angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth. Now, in the coming year, I am seeing here that you're going to be communicating. Some of you have felt like you're walking on eggshells. I'm seeing eggshells. Tiptoeing around, nibbling around the edges, not really getting to the heart of the matter because it stays inside your throat. This is your throat chakra, right? A lack of expression. You have not been able to express yourself fully to this individual. Because of that, it's starting to hurt you internally. It's starting to create a sort of kind of like I'm seeing an orb, but it's more like a bubble. But it's increasing as time goes by, and it is very important for you to release this energy and to either literally write it down on paper, try to talk to this person if you can, but also understand when it comes to your throat chakra and your expressions and the way you want to express yourself, Archangel Raphael is there, and he's trying to help you. The healing angel is with you, supporting your healing work. Now, the healing work doesn't have to be for other people. It's you trying to heal yourself. And understand you're not alone. You're not alone. The celestial beings, angels, God, they're all with you. We can't see these things, but they can see us. Kind of creepy. And there you have it. It's important for you this year to speak your truth, okay? That's a message for you. Don't hold back anymore. And always remember, don't regret what you do. There's no such thing as mistakes, okay? There's only experiences that we go through. You're sure some mistakes may be huge, but still it's considered an experience. And once you know that experience, you also know, you know what, it didn't turn out right, so maybe I'm not going to do that again, right? That's an experience. So if you say something and if you communicate something and you're just, beating your head over it, like you're just like, why did I say that? Why did I have to say that? Sometimes we do end up expressing ourselves and we really regret it, right? But there's another thing. If somebody really is meant for you, if somebody really is wanting and desiring you, no matter what the hell you say, as weird as it sounds, they will still want to be with you. the person that truly, truly wants you. But when we have beliefs, when we have a mindset of an individual that's so different, that's haunted by their past, it does become difficult communicating with that individual. So, take it with a grain of salt. Your experiences, it's exactly what it is. It's just an experience. It's not a mistake. Just remember not to repeat it. All right. Thank you, Cancer, for tuning in. I hope to hear from you soon. Let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. And I also have some videos on Asnointia Audio. That's my other YouTube channel. Have a look at that. They are on spiritual related connections, and also one of the playlists that I have that's on relationship related advice. One of them also I have just one video that's on negative energies. What and who are negative energies? All right. Some of the orders that I have, they are still available. You can always have a look on my website and place an order. All right. You all take care. Stay safe. Bye now.